Office hours are 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays. Winners outside of Christian County will have their prize mailed. Any cash prize is mailed within 30 days of winning. Only if cash winners call our business line within 2 weeks of their name being drawn to provide their mailing address. Employees and their families of regional radio are not eligible to participate or win any contest.
WTIM. Good morning, Central Illinois, and welcome to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I'll tell you what, the Christian County Genealogical Society is going to start a brand new program soon, and it's called the Christian County Countryman Program, and it's quite a timely endeavor that they're doing. And to hear more about the program and why it is so timely, we have their Vice President, Vauna Crowder, in the studio with us this morning to get things started. Vauna, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, it's good to have you in. And you come in every couple months to talk about what's going on at the Genealogical Society. So yeah, 4th of July, that's 6 days away, I think. Yeah, and so that's the 250th anniversary of the United States. So yeah, just kind of talk about how that fact, kind of led to this endeavor and how it led you to, thinking of something to do at all.
Well, most people know, the history of the 250 years of the United States, and most people know about George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe and all the others that were important at that era, but they don't always know the farmers or the merchants or the other people that help the revolution get won. So
no, that's a big part of it. And I remember, because I think you talked about this a little bit the last time you were on, and I remember we focused a little bit, at least on kind of the veterans. But I like that you're kind of branching out and talking about more people, people in different areas of society, really, and kind of about their stories.
Right. Well, I mean, we thought it would be a great time to start it because it was the 250th, and you can honor the Revolutionary War soldiers. There are many, many Revolutionary War soldiers buried in Illinois in different counties. My husband's fifth great grandfather's in Sangamon County. And we have one here in Christian County that's Jonathan Hincklin. So he wasn't, most of them weren't, of course, back in that era, weren't born in Illinois, but they ended up coming to Illinois. And some of them lived here many years and are buried here. So that's kind of where we're going to start to honor him, but we're going to cover all the wars, not just that one. But I thought it was in a timely fashion in order to start it with the Revolutionary War part.
Yeah, I mean that was of course the war that kind of started things out.
Correct.
250 years ago. I guess at that point it was a little bit less.
Correct.
But that's really cool. Now, do we know what it is that brought Jonathan Hincklin to Illinois?
We aren't. I imagine Bountyland.
Okay.
He ended up in Clark County, Illinois, down south. But we aren't quite sure why he came to Christian County because he was over 100 years old. And if you put your mind back to that time period of a person that was over 100 years old that is traveling to Christian County, I'm like, ooh, it had been a hard journey. But we think that he had a son or some family near Pana, and he was traveling there to live, or maybe just to visit, but he died while he was here.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know that Pana area had, work opportunities, like when it came to coal. Now, I don't know if it dates back that far, but no, that's a super interesting story. And I feel like one of the things that kind of jumps out at me is that, like, you get to learn about people, right, who are involved. And then, the stories about like how they got here, like what you shared just now with Jonathan Hincklin and all of that in terms of what was around at the time. It just seems so fascinating. Is that kind of what stands out to you?
Yeah, well, which is what, in my mind, the Genealogy Society and doing genealogy, that's what it's all about. You get to hear the story about the people. The buildings here are historical, but they wouldn't be here if they didn't have the people that came in to build the buildings. So they go hand in hand. Genealogy and history go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you have plenty of people who, come in and use your resources. Talk about what it is that like brings them in. I know I kind of shared my theory, but I'm curious if you hear anything from visitors who come in to do that.
Well, actually, when I'm leaving here today, I have a lady from out of state that is interested in some family that helped found the old Stonington colony in Stonington. So I'm meeting her out at the Genealogy Society when we leave here today. And she wants to see if we have any information that she hasn't been able to find online, which, that is one of our problems and issues is everybody thinks they can do their genealogy online and they're going to find everything that there is, which isn't true. Because we have old original records or family sheets people sent in years ago that, you're not going to find anywhere online.
Yeah. So, and I would imagine also, right, like, maybe not quite everything like exists or is something that you're able to find.
Right.
And I'm sure it would exist at some point, but
Yeah.
it's still tricky to maybe fill in the gaps.
Right. And then
cases.
to go along with that, we also have just recently now we have access to Ancestry and Family Search, and we have a laptop dedicated to that, and people can come out and use our search services in order to use that. So that, if they need some more information about their family or need some help, we're always happy to help, or even just get them started if they don't know how to start their genealogy. But, Ancestry is a great place to start. Family Search is free to anybody, so they could do that at home too. But we have the Ancestry that has the newspapers. We have a subscription to Genealogy Bank, which has old newspaper articles from Decatur. So one's Springfield, one's Decatur. We have Taylorville paper. So if you don't know where to go to try to find some of these, then we can help you. You just need to come out and give us a holler.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. And that's what you folks are there for. So Christian County Countrymen, in terms of folks who do this program or initiative or whatever you want to call it, and are able to find any information about like a connection to a veteran, sounds like you folks are providing a certificate or something like that. Talk about that and what folks can get out of it.
Well, we're only going to charge $10 to have the certificate, and you will, for example, I'll use Jonathan Hinklin. One of his descendants would try to connect them to Jonathan Hinklin, and they would get a certificate stating that their relative, which would be Jonathan Hinklin in that case, served in the Revolutionary War. So he would be honored as a Christian County Countryman.
Yeah, there you go. So, and I'm sure there are many others as well. And I would think like, around how many people do you know of who are from Christian County who have served in these wars? Are we talking hundreds or?
Oh, I'm bet we're at thousands.
Oh, thousands. Okay.
I would think by today's, from the Revolutionary War to now, I would think.
Okay.
I mean, you have the Civil War and the War of 1812 and World War I, World War II, Vietnam. I mean, as you come forward.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, so I know, you talked about the Revolutionary War soldier, and then in terms of, I mean, you say we're, honoring all veterans of this county.
Correct.
So I guess that would apply then to all those wars and,
Correct.
Even others that are a little more modern.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And if you know that your relative served, you just don't have a lot of information, we can help you find that information.
Yeah.
So you'd know what branch of, you usually know what branch of service they served.
Yeah.
If it's your father or grandfather.
Yeah.
But we can get you the, branch and his enlistment information so you can tie that into the Christian County Countryman and get a certificate.
Yeah. It almost feels in a way like, I'm trying to compare it to like an escape room or like not necessarily a spy movie or something like that, where, you maybe have like just a couple pieces of information, but then, you go
Correct.
to the Genealogy Society and, maybe you use that to find something else and then you go from there.
We can flesh out that person's story.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
It's that. And I'm just talking about like using all the pieces of information.
Right.
I don't know. That's where my mind goes. But no, this is really fascinating what you folks do. And I would say that like, and the reason I asked earlier about, the number of soldiers from this area is that then there's, if you have them and then you have generations of descendants, there's probably a good percentage of people like in Christian County
Correct.
who could get something out of this.
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah.
And it's just a way to honor your family veterans.
Yeah. Okay. No, that is really cool. So, so I mean, probably a decent percentage of people in Christian County could maybe get something out of this program, I'm sure. So yeah, there's an application form people would have to fill out.
Yes, there is an application form. They can send us an email to ccgs28@gmail.com, or they can go to our website. We have a Facebook page, Christian County IL Genealogy Society, or they can even give us a call. I think it's my phone number because we are in the library of the Historical Society. So that would be 217-827-9872. I can give them information on when to come out. And on every Saturday, we have a volunteer out there. The Christian County Genealogy Society has a volunteer in the library to help people. So they can come out and get all the information that they need.
Okay. That is really cool.
Hopefully in time for the 4th of July, and you can start your veteran honoring process.
Yeah. Do it right on the 4th of July, or right on that big day in the history of this country. That email address, ccgs28.
Correct.
Is that what you said?
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. There you go. And you heard it right there from Vauna Crowder, Vice President, right, of the Christian County Genealogical Society. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about this program and how folks can get involved in it one way or another. And we'll do that right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
When it comes to connecting with America's farmers and ranchers, nothing beats the authentic voice of Ag Radio. Farm broadcasters have been the voice of rural America since 1944, building trusted relationships with agricultural producers across generations. Today, the network of over 140 Ag radio stations reaches farmers and ranchers during their most productive hours when they're actively working their operations and making business decisions. What makes Ag Radio uniquely effective? Farmers listen to farm broadcasters for information that directly impacts their livelihood. When your message is delivered alongside crucial weather updates, market reports, and agricultural news, it receives the same attention and credibility. Farm Radio Connects offers agricultural advertisers targeted access to this engaged audience through professionals who understand both broadcasting and agriculture. According to the National Association of Farm Broadcasting, 78% of farmers consider information from farm broadcasters highly trustworthy. When you need to reach rural America effectively, choose the voices they already trust. Visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com and discover how Ag Radio can elevate your agricultural marketing strategy.
Parents, get your kids ready for the new school year with help from the Christian County Health Department. Now at 730 North Pawnee, across from Taylorville Junior High School. They offer back-to-school immunizations for children entering kindergarten, 6th, 11th, or 12th grade at little or no cost. And while you're there, ask about fluoride treatments to help prevent tooth decay in children and youth. Make your kid's appointment now so they're ready for school. It's just another way the Christian County Health Department is working to protect, assure, and improve public health in our community.
Looking for your next ride? Now's the time to come to Trinity Automotive. Right off Route 29 in Taylorville, we're bringing deals with limited time savings. Drive home a Chrysler Pacifica and save up to $6,400 off, or hit the road in a Jeep Wrangler with savings of up to $4,900 off. Plus, you'll get the Trinity difference. Great selection, expert service, and a team ready to help every step of the way. These deals won't last, so don't wait. Come see us right off Route 29 in Taylorville, or shop anytime at trinitydodge.net.
I'm Police Chief Andrew Pistorius with the Sullivan Police Department, here to talk about a topic no one wants to discuss, depression that many times leads to suicide. When a person is going through such feelings, many times family and friends don't know how to help, but there is help. If you feel depressed or lonely, there are many resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Find out about all the products and services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
At Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, life feels lighter. With helping hands always nearby and activities that bring people together, every day offers comfort and connection. From shared meals to shared moments, it's a place that feels like family. Discover the joy waiting at Taylorville Estates Assisted Living. Click their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. It's sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. I'm your host, Reed Kamite, and I continue my conversation with Vauna Crowder, Vice President of the Christian County Genealogical Society. And we've been talking about their Christian County Countrymen program, where you might be able to learn a little more about your ancestor veterans who are from the area, if you have any. So, yeah, we were talking about that. Now, you folks are based on the grounds of the Christian County Historical Society. And I actually had Jody Heberling in just a couple days ago on the show. So yeah, just talk a little more about that location there and what it is people can get out of it when they visit.
Through the years, they have wonderfully provided us an area in the Pence building at the Historical Society, and that's where our library is, which we have redone quite a bit this year and added quite a bit. So we're trying to bring things a little bit forward and get people more interested in coming out and seeing what we have.
No, that's great, and that you have that space and that you're able to kind of have that network in order to use said space. You mentioned a little bit in the last segment the need for volunteers. Talk about that need and what volunteers can do with respect to this project.
We've had many of our past members that helped found the society age out, and some of them have passed on, and we always need younger volunteers. We always need any help. We want to do a couple publications, and it's really hard to do putting that together and collating and typing it and printing it, and we need volunteers to help with that.
Yeah, in terms of all of that, and I'm sure also like helping with the software that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we also, our website is halfway under construction. It's been under construction for a while. And I'm not the best person at doing that, but I'm trying my hardest to get that up and running again. But anybody wants to come volunteer and help with our website, I'm happy to let you do it.
All right. So if you're a webmaster in the area, you might have a volunteer opportunity right there with the Christian County Genealogical Society. So we've got that going on. We've got about 3 minutes to go. Just a reminder for folks who are thinking about, maybe doing some research through this Christian County Countryman program. How can they get started with that and get a hold of you folks?
They can come see us on a Saturday out at the library. We will have the applications ready. The instructions will be at the top of the application. You have to prove your descendancy. That was a hard word to say. Descendancy from the veteran to yourself to prove that you're related to them. So you do have some forms that you have to have and some papers that you need to get in line, and it'll explain it all to you. And then when you get it all and we approve it, then you will get a certificate stating that you have honored your veteran.
There you go. And that's really cool. So when it comes to doing the proof of that, so is it something like where, you find the veteran that you claim you're related to, and then like find their descendants, and their descendants say it gets to your parents, and you have your birth certificate? Does that kind of
correct? Yes.
Complete the puzzle?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. If you're
yeah.
I would think your birth certificate lists the names of your parents. I haven't looked at my birth certificate in a little while.
And then the next generation, I mean, most of the time, the generation up, it lists their parents on the death certificate or as you're going along.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Census records. I mean, there's many records that you could use.
Yeah, a lot of records. So no, I think that's great that folks can get involved in that. So you have the logistics for all of that, and you're based in the Pence building
at the Christian County Historical Society.
Yep. Okay, yeah, and thanks for filling in that.
Which is 1791 Morrison Drive.
Okay, 1791. Morrison Drive.
Correct.
As you said right there. And then just talk about a little more, as we have about 90 seconds to go, about how this program, just kind of works with what your overall purpose at the Genealogy Society.
Because of the 250th, we were trying to find a program to try to get some people that more interested to get them to come out and help and do some genealogy. And because of the 250th, it just seemed like it was a good tie-in to start a program, and we decided to call it Christian County Countrymen to kind of honor our county also.
Yeah, exactly. And to close things out, share with our listeners the quote you mentioned about just kind of the overall purpose of the Genealogy Society.
It's just to honor the past. We try to preserve things, and we've tried to keep information going, because one of my favorite quotes is, "You don't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been." So you can honor the future and where you're at now in the present if you know your past.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. And I've been talking right now with Vauna Crowder, Vice President of the Christian County Genealogical Society, about the Christian County Countryman program. How long does this run until?
Oh, it'll just be a permanent.
Okay.
It'll be a permanent
All right.
program.
So it's an ongoing thing. So you don't have to rush, and that's a good thing. Well, you do have to if you want to get to it before the 4th.
Correct.
Vauna, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
We love the radio station giving us opportunities to do this. So thank you so much.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville.
96.1 FM Taylorville.
107.5 FM Shelbyville.
107.9 FM Pena Nokomis.